The people I've worked with who we would consider the most successful have something in common. Whether they are high-powered C-suite types or super fabulous, always involved, always active stay-at-home moms, they're all fiercely protective about their self-care. You would think they'd be workaholics sacrificing their own wellness for success, but that's not at all what I see. These are people who create strict boundaries about what they will and won't do. They schedule and block off their exercise time so that they make sure it happens. They make their work and home lives fit around their self-care. They work hard and they self-care hard. Their focus on their self-care allows them to function at peak levels. When you apply the same strategy to motherhood, you can thrive. So let's take the secret for success and implement it into your motherhood survival manual plans. Self-care comes down to a conscious effort to increase the good in your life while simultaneously minimizing the bad. The good are things that increase your sense of wellness: sleep, being with supportive, understanding people, doing things that calm you, etc. The bad are things that unnecessarily drain your energy and deplete your sense of wellness, such as unhealthy habits, toxic people, or self-defeating ways of thinking. Unfortunately, we can't cut out all the things that drain us. For example, we need an income to provide housing and food. Ideally, we would enjoy our work, but changing careers is a big move, especially for someone who is pregnant or transitioning to life with a newborn. Perhaps finding work that is enjoyable and therefore minimally draining is something to keep in mind as a long-term goal. In the meantime, we can work to tweak the balance by setting boundaries to minimize the bad. Like we've been over in previous sections, make a continual conscious effort to increase the good in your life. Good nutrition, sufficient sleep, activity and exercise, rewarding socialization, and living with purpose are all things that increase the good. These might sound obvious, but often when our schedules are disrupted, the basics are the first to go. One thing to note about self-care skills for decreasing depression and anxiety is that no single item will be enough to transform how you are feeling. That doesn't mean they aren't helping. Often, a single change will improve your mood, but only by 10%. A small improvement like that can be hard to detect. It's just not enough. You need to add lots of good. Improving your sleeping might raise your mood another 20%, eating healthier meals another 10, adding some exercise another 15, getting outside more often, meditating, making plans to talk with a supportive person another 15. Each of these self-care steps improves your sense of well-being a little bit, but once you've begun to implement multiple self-care routines, the total benefit really adds up. You might think, but I don't have time for this. I'm already so busy. I get that. Many women put themselves lowest on their own priority list. You might not even be on that list at all. Not taking care of yourself will leave you depleted and possibly resentful. Or perhaps you feel too exhausted to exert effort to make changes. If you feel stuck, seek help in making a change. Ask your friend or partner to help you get outside or exercise more. Maybe someone can help you schedule coffee outings or meet you at your house. Sometimes support is just a text away. In the next section are suggestions with strong evidence to support their efficacy in enhancing your sense of wellness and fighting against depression. There are survival plans for each trimester, as well as delivery and postpartum. When an idea sounds like something that could work for you, add it to your motherhood survival plan. Feel free to fill yours out as we go along. You can repeat this module, adding what makes sense for you at your specific perinatal stage. Sleep plan and strategies for fatigue. Sleep requirements increase during pregnancy. The work of a growing baby drains your body's energy, and many women experienced fatigue early on in their pregnancy. I remember falling asleep at work on my desk a lot, and even once during a New Year's Eve party. For most women, their energy returns during their second trimester. However, during the final trimester, your fatigue can return. It can be difficult to find a comfortable sleeping position, a pregnancy wedge under your belly, a body pillow to hug, or one behind your back, and maybe a pillow between your knees can help. Your body's heat production increases during pregnancy, and many women find they run much hotter than usual. Keeping the room cool can help. Needing to urinate more often at night also can disrupt your sleep in the last trimester. This can be especially bad if you have problems with fluid retention. If you notice your ankles are tending to swell in the daytime, this extra fluid goes back into your bloodstream at night, and your body diureses it. It turns it into pee. As you near the end of your pregnancy, you may have a lot on your mind. Babies bring with them a lot of big life changes, and ruminating on these changes as you lay in bed at night can distract you from getting a good night's sleep. Doing meditations and listening to audiobooks or podcasts can help take your mind off of things. Included is a handout for sleeping tips in pregnancy that can help give you some ideas. Listen to your body. If it says you need a nap some days, try to find a way to make this happen if possible. Adequate sleep is important for your developing baby. Even 10 to 15 minutes of napping at your desk can help you feel better. Just don't jeopardize your job. Like with all things, sleep in moderation. Recurrently sleeping more than 10 hours each night can actually make you feel more exhausted and give you a headache, which can lower your mood too. It's a way of avoiding stressors when you sleep this long, but then they tend to build up even bigger. Depression can make staying in bed sound good, and it can be hard to fight it, but that is exactly what you have to do. If you've had more than 7 to 10 hours sleep, that's enough. It's time to get out of bed. Depression can make this hard, so take it step by step. Sit up, swing a leg over the edge of the bed until you're sitting there, then take a couple deep breaths and stand up. Go nurture yourself with a cup of coffee or tea, and go take a warm shower to refuel yourself. So to recap, a 1 to 2 hour midday nap can be good, but staying in bed all morning or all day is not. Now, getting enough sleep after you have a baby is much more problematic. A big part of your wellness after you have a baby will depend on getting sufficient sleep. Notice I'm saying sufficient. Almost no mother of an infant gets great sleep, so we'll focus on getting enough that you can function and enough to prevent your mood from going down or your anxiety from going up. In Module 5, we'll go into detail about how to get more sleep after your baby is born. You can add those strategies to your survival plans. Exercise during pregnancy and postpartum has been shown through numerous studies to reduce the symptoms of depression, improve the quality of life, and reduce fatigue. Often women feel too tired to exercise, but regular exercise actually improves your energy level. Yoga, even just once a week, has been shown to increase a sense of wellness and increase GABA levels in the brain, which is calming. According to a study published in 2016, exercising outdoors may be even more beneficial for your mood. The following are some safe activities to do in pregnancy: swimming and water aerobics, low-impact aerobics, walking or jogging, yoga and Pilates with instructors that are informed about pregnancy, stationary bike, strength training. Some activities may not be safe to do in your pregnancy, and you should talk to your OB about them. These include scuba diving, contact sports. Don't do roller derby when you're pregnant. Activities in which falling is likely, or activities that require breath holding or endurance training, now is not the time to compete in your first Iron Woman competition. Talk to your doctor or midwife to make sure it's safe for you during your pregnancy and postpartum. They can let you know what are the safe limits of exercise for you and your pregnancy. Nutrition goals and strategies for nausea. Excessive weight gain in pregnancy can contribute to postpartum depression. It's hard to feel good after delivering your baby and finding you now have 50 pounds to lose to look like you did before. While you're pregnant, your OB will give you a healthy range of weight you should gain during your pregnancy. Aim to keep your weight within this range, keeping in mind that most of the weight you should gain will be in the third trimester. For the first few months, unless you were underweight to begin with, don't try to gain a whole bunch. Sometimes it happens. Everyone may tell you that you're eating for two now, but sadly no, eating for two is a myth. It's more like you're eating for 1.2, and a lot of us were doing that before we got pregnant. So instead of thinking, I'm pregnant, I can finally eat whatever I want, shift your food goal. Make sure your baby is getting enough nutrients and healthy ingredients for normal growth and development. This is the time to develop your healthiest eating habits of your life. Focus on the quality of the food, how natural and unprocessed it is. Healthy foods are more nutrient-filled and less calorie-dense. Aim for 5 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables a day. Try to eat the rainbow of colors of vegetables over a week. Focus also on eating lots of healthy sources of protein. Folic acid supplementation, especially for people who don't eat gluten, is particularly important for your baby's health. Take your prenatal vitamins your entire pregnancy and through breastfeeding. If you plan to have more kids, keep on taking it until you're finished and done having all your kids. Certain nutrients may be protective against depression. These include omega-3 fatty acids found in fish, fish oil, and chia seeds. Also selenium, found in high quantities in Brazil nuts. Just 1 Brazil nut a day provides you plenty of selenium. Too much can be toxic, so don't binge eat on Brazil nuts. A higher calcium intake may also help depression. Make sure you're getting enough iron to prevent anemia, which can make you feel more tired. Sugar and carbohydrate-laden foods may increase nausea in pregnancy, although a lot of people, that's what they crave. The other problem with sugary and carbohydrate foods is they aren't particularly healthy for your baby. Try to avoid these for the most part. Natural ginger can be helpful for nausea. Also, your prenatal healthcare provider can prescribe a medicine for nausea if really needed. Avoid alcohol. Besides alcohol being toxic to a developing fetus, it's also a depressant. Repeatedly drinking alcohol can cause or worsen depression. It can also disrupt sleep and cause you to wake in the middle of the night. Additionally, alcohol is a carcinogen and is expressed in breast milk. For these reasons, it should generally be avoided. If removing alcohol from your life feels hard, get support. Sometimes women need support during their pregnancy to make this change. You are not alone. This issue is much more common than you may realize. Many women struggle with this in secrecy because they feel ashamed. It's important to tackle this with all the support you can get. Talk to your doctor. Reach out to your local AA chapter or local treatment center. Some psychotherapists also specialize in alcohol overuse. Individual therapy can help you tackle this while maintaining greater privacy. I want to add that marijuana use in pregnancy is associated with a greater risk of mental illness in the baby later on. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's safe for your growing baby. Nurturing yourself. Get outside. A 2015 study performed by researchers at Stanford University showed that being in nature reduced one's tendency to ruminate. To ruminate is to think about something and rehash it over and over again. These thoughts are often worries or regrets. Anxious and depressed people tend to ruminate more often, and people who ruminate tend to become anxious or more depressed. Disrupting this habit can both prevent and ameliorate depression. In addition, being outdoors is beneficial for both depression and anxiety by encouraging exercise and exposure to sunshine, which can increase your body's vitamin D production. Light therapy. Several studies indicate that morning light therapy can help treat PPD. If you think you're at high risk of PPD, consider starting light therapy preemptively. To be effective, light therapy must be done in a specific manner on a daily basis. Buy a quality unit that can produce 10,000 lux light. Position the unit so it is above your eye level and shines down on you. Usually, the effective treatment time is about 20 minutes. Do this each morning. It requires consistent use to become effective. This consistency is the main difficulty with light therapy. To make it easier to maintain a more regular practice, make light therapy part of your morning routine. You can do it while nursing, just protect your baby's eyes with a nursing cloth, or while reading a book or checking email or social media. The risk of light therapy is that if done in the afternoon, it can make it difficult to fall asleep at night. It is also possible that it can induce mania in people with bipolar disorder. For this reason, light therapy is generally not recommended for people with bipolar disorder. Massage has been demonstrated to reduce the severity of perinatal depression in a study done on 149 women. The ability of massage to prevent PPD is not yet known, but why not do your own study? Explore what makes you feel good in pregnancy. Many massage therapists offer special massages designed for pregnant women. Therapists trained in pregnancy massage understand the proper body positioning so that the pregnant woman can have a safe, comfortable, and relaxing massage. Connection plan. Connecting with other moms with babies the same age as yours is essential for your own well-being. Being at home with the baby all day, every day, can be lonely. Make a plan to get together with other moms and people you enjoy. Surround yourself with people that make you feel good about yourself. Avoid or set boundaries with those who don't. Decrease time with critics. Is there someone who makes you repeatedly question or doubt yourself? Do they make you feel second best or belittle you? If it isn't something you can work out with them or protect yourself by setting clear boundaries, sometimes it's best to avoid them, particularly at times when you're feeling vulnerable. The following are ideas to build your community and reduce isolation. Find connection through your faith. Even if you're not actively connected to a church, temple, or religious group, you can join one. Find one that fits with your values and beliefs and has a lot of other young families. This is a great way to create your sense of community and belonging. It's especially helpful if you're new to an area. Join a play group or mother's club. A great way to connect with other moms of similarly aged children is to join a play group or mother's club. Being among other mothers with babies about the same age as yours can be so normalizing. It's easier to gather with people with the same needs who understand what you're going through because they're in it too. Being a play group allows you to learn about opportunities in your area that you might not otherwise hear about, which place is the most baby-friendly, where the best baby boot camps are held, best walking paths, local childcare options, etc. I highly recommend you join one, particularly if you don't have a group of local friends with babies about the same age as yours. That being said, with any group of people, there's potential for conflict. Occasionally, a play group can have a member who makes others feel bad. If you notice your group has a toxic member and giving them feedback isn't creating positive change, find another group or create your own. Don't stay if it repeatedly brings you down. Other places to find new mom friends include your prenatal class, baby music and exercise classes, through your baby's daycare, plus the numerous apps for making local friendship connections, Peanut, Bumble, BFF, etc. Don't forget your own extended family. Maybe you didn't have so much in common with a cousin before, but now that they've got a baby the same age, you do. Pick who you follow on social media carefully. If you notice that seeing a particular person's posts repeatedly leaves you feeling badly about yourself or your life, stop following them. If someone attacks you, which is different than disagreeing with you, just block them. Excessive smartphone use diminishes one's ability to be present. The constant distraction impairs our ability to be peaceful within one's own thoughts. It is also a barrier between you and your baby. A cell phone literally blocks your baby from seeing your face and having your attention. Hide it in your purse or schedule times when you will and when you won't look at it. Phone addiction is real. Schedule a regular date night with your partner. If you have a sitter all lined up every Thursday night, it makes it so much easier to go out. Also, sexual intimacy keeps your relationship strong. Managing chores and obligations. To-do lists. Keeping a to-do list sounds more like a suggestion to get organized than something to help your mood or anxiety, but actually it can be extremely helpful for both. When we accomplish things, even small tasks, it makes us feel, well, accomplished. On a piece of paper, make 2 columns. On the left side, write the heading, Easy Tasks, and then list all the simple tasks, ones that don't take much time, energy, or expense. Include even the tiny chores that take less than a minute. And then on the right side, write harder tasks. Here, put the bigger, more complicated chores, the ones you might dread doing. Then look at the right side of your sheet of paper. Can any of those harder tasks be broken down into smaller steps, steps that feel more manageable? If so, write the steps down, the smaller, the better. Each day, see what you can do. On days you're exhausted, you might not be able to do very much. On those days, just get up and do 1 or 2 easy tasks. Other days, you may have more energy or more time and find you can take on a more challenging project. On those days, tackle some of the steps for items on the right side of the page. Depression robs your energy. When you're depleted, it's hard to accomplish things and easy to get behind. When things remain undone and pile up around us, they become visual reminders of stress and obligations. This can increase your sense of being overwhelmed and trigger self-criticism. Self-criticism is the voice of depression. It can easily become a cycle. Alice, a mother of an 8-month-old, described this situation well. I was just so exhausted. I had piles of laundry sitting there on the couch. I tried not to look at them, but there they were, reminding me of how bad I was at motherhood. When I finally just decided to fold some of it, I felt better afterwards. For the first time in weeks, I could sit on my couch. So I did it, and gradually I did it all. My living room looked so much better. I stopped living with this reminder of how bad I was feeling. Accomplishing something every day combats the voice of depression. You can point at something you have achieved even while depressed. Folding laundry may not be that big of a deal to you while you're well rested and feeling good, but folding a load of laundry while sleep deprived or depressed is a huge accomplishment. Be proud of even the easy tasks you accomplish. After each item is completed, cross it off your list and savor the feeling as you do. A friend of mine gave me some wonderful advice after I had my first baby. I asked her for suggestions because she seemed to have things so figured out. She had a close-knit family with 3 thriving, happy kids while working as a banking executive. Her secret to success? Get all the help you can get. I have to say I was really shocked at the time. I thought she did it all herself. I grew up with a martyr for a mother and thought self-sufficiency was the hallmark of strength and success. But I took what she said to heart and began to reevaluate my thinking. I reflected upon an article I had read in a business magazine once in which a corporate executive spoke on what moved his company forward and helped it to grow. He subcontracted. If a need wasn't a particular strength of his company, he found another company that could do it better for less money. Of course, no one else could be the mother to my daughter, nor did I want to let go of that role, but there were plenty of tasks I was doing that I hated. I was still mowing my own lawn with an old rusty push mower, for heaven's sake. Recruit helpers before you deliver. Not all help has to cost money. Family and friends can provide a lot of support. Maybe you hate to cook, but you have a friend who loves to. Work out an exchange in which you provide childcare or housekeeping for her while she cooks. Get creative. It can feel a little strange to accept offers of help from people, but they wouldn't offer if they didn't want to. So say yes. Some people have a mother or mother-in-law who comes over and assists with chores. If you are one of those lucky people, ask for a helping hand. You can repay her later by bringing the grandkids over to play or sending her their artwork. If finances allow, hire a housekeeper. Almost nothing reduces stress better than coming home to a nice, clean house. If you can afford to offload the household chores, definitely do. It's one fewer thing you have to worry about. Recognize your accomplishments. What are you proud of yourself for doing? There will always be reminders of what we still need to do and what we weren't able to do. But it's really important to notice what you are able to accomplish. When you're pregnant, just pushing through a day of work is an accomplishment. After having a baby, remind yourself how many times you changed diapers, fed your baby, attended to their needs. Each of these is an accomplishment, even if it has to be done again in an hour. Add these to your survival plans.